As an attractive guy, understanding social cues will save your life. Now, I don't mean this literally, but more so metaphorically. Understanding social cues will make sure that you're not in a position where you're betrayed. A lot of times, as an attractive man, people can be attracted towards you, but they end up turning cold on you later on. As a society, we don't want to admit that we judge people based on their looks. We like to say that we're gonna judge someone for what's within their heart, but we often judge them based on what's on the physical. So for you as an attractive guy, understanding social cues will help you understand what people are gonna be doing when they're around you as an attractive guy, because you now have the knowledge that people do judge you based on your looks. Like, guys, for example, real quick, when I was playing sports, more specifically basketball, I would notice that I would make a mistake that someone else would make, and I wouldn't receive the same feedback that other person would receive. What do I mean by this? For example, we'll be doing a drill like running up and down, right? The bleep test is basically where you're on a basketball court, you run to the free throw line, then back, halfway line, then back, then the other free throw line, then back, then full court and back. And let's say I would make a mistake, or I wouldn't run to the free throw line. Maybe I would go to the halfway line instead of the free throw line first, just something like that. I would notice that my feedback would always be not really the most constructive feedback, but other people would have constructive feedback. Now, when I would ask the person in charge of the team, why is my feedback not the same, I would always be met with a response of, worry about yourself, don't worry about everybody else. That type of response. You know, when a teacher calls you out in school, and this is another example, when a teacher calls you out in school and you literally get kicked out, and somebody else did the exact same thing you did not get kicked out of class, and you confront them and it's like, oh, I just see more on you, I just have to be harder on you because I see more on you. Now, you do have some teachers who are genuine when they say things like this, but I'm starting to realize more so as I continue in life that situations like that are not random. A lot of times, because they do look at you different physically, they treat you different physically. So yeah, she might be saying, I just see more in you, so that's why I'm being harder on you. But a lot of times that's not the case. She looks at you different, so she's giving you a different treatment. Like when I was playing basketball, I found that I had to prove myself more than other people, and I'm clearly better than these guys. But as an attractive guy, it's like they want to give you more of a challenge. You have to prove yourself even more, because maybe they have it made up in their head that life just comes to you easy. You've been given everything from a young age because of the way you look. It's almost as an attractive guy, they treat you like you're from the suburbs and you've had everything handed to you your whole life. Just because I look a certain type of way does not mean I've not had to struggle, I've not had to bust my ass to get to where I am today. But as an attractive guy, I repeat it once again, they look at you like you're privileged from the suburbs. It doesn't make sense, but I guess it really does, because when you are attractive, they're going to treat you different. It's going to be subconscious and it's going to be subtle. They don't come up front and say, I'm going to treat you different. They're not going to say that. Or I'm giving you a harder time. They're not going to say I'm giving you a harder time because of the way you look. Why would they say that? They're going to risk their job. They're not going to say that, but subtly you can pick up on these things. Now guys, if you remember earlier on in the video, I mentioned that not understanding social cues could be life or death. Now let me elaborate as to what I meant when I said that, and I'm going to elaborate with giving you guys a vulnerable story time. So I remember when I was in high school, and the situation I'm about to explain happened on 2 occasions in high school and college. I remember I was in high school and there was this one guy off to the side on the pavement, basically in this environment where the buses would be waiting to pick up the kids to take them home from school after the school day. There was this one guy, a mixed race guy, and he was just being completely weird on the sidewalk. Like, this was a guy I was open towards in terms of developing friendship and stuff like that. I wasn't his friend or anything, but it's not like I didn't like him. Like, I was open towards him. But he started doing weird stuff when he was around people to try and put me down, like on some tough guy stuff though, not just talking, on some tough guy stuff. He was making gestures towards the bus that I was on, and he was doing it towards me, and I basically was not having it. So I messaged him, and guys, for you fellas who may not know, I was kind of hot-tempered when I was younger. Not really hot-tempered, I'd say, but more so I was no nonsense. And when you're no nonsense, it can come across like you're hot-tempered. It's not that I'm hot-tempered, I'm no nonsense. We just live in a society where people think they can take the piss and not face no consequences, so it comes across like you're hot-tempered. But I wasn't hot-tempered, but I was on that. So I basically, long story short, we ended up fighting. I ended up linking up with him, fighting, and I ended up knocking this guy out. After that, I'm not gonna lie, people really didn't bother me in the school. They was actually kind of on my dick. I actually shook his hand right after knocking him out too. I picked him up, shook his hand, because I'm not got no bad energy in my heart or anything like that. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of thinking about the fight all week. So when I knocked him out, I was kind of happy. I can't lie, I was kind of happy. I was like, damn, because there was people there as well, so I was kind of happy, but don't want to drift off to somewhere else. I'm just saying that to say, this was a guy I was open towards in terms of friendship. Then out of nowhere, it's like they code switch. They code switch on you as an attractive guy, and then they start coming across like they don't like you. But this was the same person who was cool with you not too long ago. They code switch out of nowhere. Then there was this other situation, more so in college, to where I had a friend. And for those who don't know me, in real life, I ride for my friends. I don't play around with my friends or anything like that. If I call you my friend, I'm not just saying that just to say it. I'm not friends just to talk about the sports, or no. If someone tries you, I'm on that. So there was this friend I was with, and he was autistic, I believe. And there was this Caucasian guy just talking crazy to him. And I'm like, bro, this guy's autistic and he just talking crazy. Like, he wasn't just slow, like he couldn't take care of himself, but I guess I wasn't having it at all. And the fact that he was my friend, I was kind of on that. So I told him to link me, and I ended up knocking this guy out too. I know some of you guys are going to be saying cap, and I don't even care. I'm not trying to prove anything to you. I know what I used to be out here doing. I'm not out here just knocking guys out. You know, I've given my life to the Most High, and I'm more so focused on building. But guys, yes, I'm articulate and I know how to carry myself, but I'm not someone to play with. Now, I did end up knocking him out, but I want to bring that up again, because it wasn't more so a problem with the guy who I ended up fighting. It was more so the guy who I ended up sticking up for. Turns out, this guy ended up showing a video to other people when he went back home, because we were in a location for college that wasn't where we naturally live. He went up going back home and showing everyone this video of when I was fighting like 3 guys, because after the situation where I knocked him out, he was not having it clearly, and then he brought his friends, and I ended up fighting like 3 guys in one night. And the guy who I ended up fighting for, the autistic guy, did not do nothing. I'm over there fighting some guy who's 6'4", some guy who's like, I had like 3 fights just to take up for this autistic guy, and he ended up doing nothing on the fight. But I said, you know what, he's not really the most tough guy anyway, that's why I took the fight for him. But the fact that you went home and you're showing everyone, and I didn't get beat up or nothing, I was fighting them, but I was pissed because you didn't even do nothing, and you over there celebrating my W. You over there celebrating the fact that I've fought these people and done my thing, and you over there celebrating like you did something. You wasn't doing nothing. So I've realized you can even be so genuine to the point where you're willing to fight for somebody and they'll still code switch on you. As an attractive guy, you must understand social cues. And let me just help you out right now. For the attractive guys out there, you've got to understand, when you're in environments like high school, college, work, don't look at yourself like a normal person. Do not do it. It's going to be your worst downfall. Because a lot of times when people would code switch on me, it was because I was carrying myself like a normal guy. Yeah, let me just go around the fellas. A bunch of average men, but let me go around the fellas because I'm a guy too, right? And then you end up mingling with people who are not your tribe of people, and they end up backstabbing you, code switching. Now you're fighting. You know when my fights stopped happening so much in life? When I stopped hanging around average everyday people. When I was hanging around average everyday people, boy, I was known for fighting. I was known for fighting. So guys, you've got to realize social cues will literally save you time because you're not going to spend the time fighting. It will save you the heartache from being betrayed. It will also save space in your life for the right people to come into your life. So guys, social cues are important. Start being observant when you're around people. Don't just enjoy socializing, but enjoy it and be observant. Because a lot of you guys want to put yourselves in the same shoes as everyone else, like you're a normal guy, and you are normal to an extent of being a human, but you're not normal in terms of attraction. So you can't carry yourself like a normal guy, because you will be in a situation where someone cold switches on you just like that. Now fellas, I appreciate every single one of you for joining this video. Take care of yourself whenever you did watch this, and be observant. I'm out. Oh yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below.